Hello peoples! In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the newly released F8C Lightning and a quick look at the default build as well as a ballistic build that I put together to kind of showcase the firepower of this crazy ship. We will do a nice little walk around, show you some in-game footage, and briefly talk about some of the drama that seems to be unfolding with CIG and other players about this ship. So, first off, let's get right to the default build. As you can see, this ship has a lot of weapons, particularly guns, 8 of them. It does have a mixture of laser repeaters and ballistic cannons. I do not like mixing my weapon types simply because of the projectile speeds are different between repeaters and cannons. I understand why this ship did it. It's supposed to be a space superiority fighter, so it wants to be able to tackle small and medium ships, and I'm assuming that the ballistic weapons here are going to be the knockout punch. I'm going to get rid of all that. Other than that, it's pretty much a default build, and if you look at the max pitch, yaw, and roll, we don't have really impressive numbers here except for maybe the roll there. It's not too bad. But again, this is a space superiority fighter, and it's meant to go after small and medium ships, and it does so by overwhelming firepower to them and being able to survive long enough to basically pick them apart. That's why we have size 2 weapons with only 2 size 3 weapons out of the whole mix. I believe that we can improve upon this, so what we're going to do is take a look at the changes that I've made. So here you can see I've gone to an all ballistic build. I figured we already have half of our weapons set up as Tarantula GTs, so why not go full Tarantulas? A little bit cheaper in the pocketbook when you do it that way. Again, we have a whole bunch of size 2 weapons and only 2 size 3 weapons. So again, this ship is meant to go after, I would say, small and medium targets, just like its description. It doesn't have the heavy knockout punch, despite the fact that it does have a lot of firepower when you add everything up to really take on a large ship like, I would say, a hammerhead or something like that in a prolonged engagement. All right. Again, you're going to see in the video that we can take out a lot of stuff pretty easily. But we don't have all the stuff in the game yet. No armor and that kind of stuff. I did swap out the shields. I did go with Voyager quantum drive because I like to be able to travel long distances without refueling, and I did swap out the missiles because I prefer the bullet to IR missiles. That's just my own personal preference. Do you need to swap any of this stuff out? No, you don't, but I like to. So sit back, relax, get yourself a snack, a tasty beverage, relax a little bit, and let's see how she does. So first up, we'll do a quick little walk around here. This is with the paint that comes with it if you're a subscriber. She looks pretty good. There is a little bit of a graphic issue here when you spawn a ship in the hangar. Sometimes it has damage on it. This ship hasn't seen any flight time yet. I just spawned it out into the hangar for the first time, and we still have a little bit of damage. But other than that, you can get the gist of what this paint looks like and the nice clean lines we have on this ship. So pretty sexy. Now moving on to a little bit of testing. So what we're going to do here, I have basically my advanced tracker license certificate that I'm going through with this update. You know, they reset the character slightly. You have to redo your certificate, so I'm in the process of doing that. So unfortunately, no ERT missions yet. That'll be in a future video. Here what we're going to do is just open up with a salvo of missiles, kind of soften up the target, make sure the missiles work, which they do. And then we're going to move on to the guns, because that's the fun stuff, right? Okay, so you notice that this target is an Asperia Glaive. After we softened it up, we're going to close in and use our guns, and spoiler here, it didn't last long, did it? The sheer firepower that 8 ballistic cannons brings is crazy, even though they're small caliber. So then we're going to switch over to our next target, which is going to be a Tana, I believe. Yeah. And this guy we just take out with guns, and again, as you can see, doesn't last very long. I am taking a little bit of fire from this next target, which is a Ares Inferno. And for all you people out there that were worried about the Inferno becoming overpowered simply because they reversed that nerf that they did to the accuracy of the gun, take a look at this video. You don't see this NPC Inferno being able to take me out anytime soon. As a matter of fact, it can't even put its gun on me because of its maneuverability. The F8C Lightning is more maneuverable than the Inferno, and as you can see, the gun's just shredded all up and it's gone. So no more drama, please, about the Ares and that removing of that pitiful nerf that they put on there for the accuracy. It's not going to change anything. Last target here is a call to all. For some reason, the wings aren't deployed on it. It's in landing mode, but as you can see, its maneuverability doesn't really help it all that much. As long as I'm able to hit the target, it doesn't last long. So very impressive with the ballistic build. That is mostly due with the sheer volume of fire that this can put out with 6 size 2 ballistic guns and 2 size 3 ballistic guns. Again, I think when armor comes into play here, that's really going to limit the effectiveness of the smaller caliber weapons, simply because, if you have, think of it this way, a 50 caliber versus a lightly armored vehicle like a Humvee, yeah, you don't want to be in the Humvee. The 50 cal is going to screw it up. 50 cal versus heavier armor like an M1 tank, yeah, all you're going to do is piss the tankers off and they're going to wheel that big gun around and blow you out. So it's the same concept, right? We all get that now. So moving on to the next mission. Now we're in a pro term group warrant contract, so we've moved up a little bit. Should be a little bit more difficult. We've got a Hornet that we're going to take out. Not too many medium or small ships are going to be able to withstand the firepower of this ship, particularly in the way the game is currently running. I know that Avenger 1 did a video on the PvP side of the fence, and he's talking about the new meta and all that stuff, and for the most part he's right. This ship is going to definitely give you an advantage when going up against other players in a PvP environment for now, because of the sheer amount of firepower that 8 cannons or repeaters can throw down on you. But this ship is not invulnerable. It does not have quite the maneuverability of an arrow, although it does have really good roll. An arrow in the right hands will probably outmaneuver it and get behind you, and if it's allowed to stay there, it's probably going to bring a world of hurt on you. As you can see, once you get within the gun sights of this ship and it opens up on you, it's going to hurt. Right now, cannons against NPCs, extremely effective. Repeaters, if you had 8 repeaters on this ship going up against players, extremely effective. But as they bring in things like master mode and all that stuff, it's gonna change. Just, trust me, it's gonna change. Master mode is definitely going to lower the skill gap between an expert pilot and a novice pilot by a fairly good amount, because the speeds are going to be slowed down and the distances are going to be a lot shorter for your engagement range. So now we're on to, I believe this is the last mission I did for the night, and we're going after a Banyu Defender here. That guy's got a little bit of a decent health pool, so that'll be an interesting fight. We've got another Reliant Tana that we're going to go up against. We already seen how the 8 ballistic guns can just shred that ship quite quickly. We're going to continue to test our missiles out and everything. You're going to see that at some point during this engagement, I do take damage. Like right here, you can see I've taken some damage. That's mostly from running into debris. You notice that my shields haven't gone down or anything like that. So I did take a missile hit, and I did hit some debris, and that caused the damage that you see there. You also just saw I had no problem taking out that Eclipse. It basically melted in front of me. And that's going to be the underlying tone or theme when you play this ship. Anything that is in front of you that you were able to put those guns on is going to evaporate very quickly. As you can see here, NPCs are still trying to ram you. That's a very annoying bug that seems to keep occurring, where they just fly in too close and try to ram you all the time. Now we're left with our last target, which is going to be a mantis. As you can see here, the mantis doesn't last long. So if you take away anything, don't stay in front of the weapons of this ship if you find yourself in its crosshairs, because you're not going to last long. Alright, that's it for the combat missions. Let's talk real quick about some of the drama that's going on about this ship in closing. And that is, there are 3 ways that you can get the ship. 1, you can pay an obscene amount of money to fund the game, $10,000. You get it as a concierge, basically gift. 2, right now there's an event that goes on. You can get a gold ticket. You find these in-games through loot boxes and NPCs when you do missions. They're not super rare. With a little bit of persistency, you'll find them. It allows you to rent them at a rent kiosk, and you actually have the ability to purchase it for $1 amount. It's not all that expensive either. It's under $300, which surprised me. So you can buy this. CIG never at any point said you would not be able to get this ship. They said that you'd get it after Squadron 42. They did say that you wouldn't necessarily sell it to you, but hey, you know, it's a company, they can do what they want. And then the third way is to get a platinum ticket. The only way to get this is through killing a dev in-game during an event that has the platinum ticket, and then of course everybody on the server knows that you have it, and they're going to try and take it from you. So that's what everybody seems to be in an uproar about, the fact that you can actually get a gold ticket, pay some money, and get this ship. I don't see much of a difference here, because if you want to get the ship free in-game, just play through Squadron 42 and you'll be able to do it. You won't have to pay anything, because CIG's already said this is how you're going to get the ship. Now, if you get a golden ticket and you have the money, go buy the ship. We buy ships all the time. Doesn't seem to affect the game at all. Just my 2 cents on it. Let me know in the comment section below whether you agree, you disagree, if you're part of the drama, if you think CIG's wrong, if you think they've betrayed us because, you know, now they're selling a ship that they said they would never sell. All that good stuff in the comment section below, because I like to read it, and I actually do read each and every comment that's there and try to answer them all. If you liked the video, and I hope you did, leave a like, subscribe, and notify, and until next time, take care.